Hey guys, it's Rosa. This is going to be a tips video for the college application process. I know that's coming really soon, and these are just some things that I kind of wanted to share with you guys, and things that I wish I knew when I was applying to college. I know that this time can be really stressful and overwhelming, and I kind of just want to help you guys kind of set your mind at ease and help you through this process. The first tip that I have for the college application process would definitely be to take your time. Taking advantage of your summer can be really helpful throughout the year, because when you start your applications in the fall, you're going to have a lot more to do than just those applications. You're going to have to do schoolwork, you're going to have to study for SATs, ACTs if you're taking them over again, you're going to have to focus on getting recommendation letters, you're going to have to focus on doing your personal essays. So all of that can get really overwhelming and can really stress you out. So I definitely recommend just taking your time in the summer and kind of do as much as you can to progress on those college applications. Some things that you can do would be to research colleges, go on tours, make a list of the colleges that you're considering, make pros and cons lists of different colleges that you're considering, kind of weighing them out to see, okay, this is my first choice, this is my second choice, this is my safety school. That's just really good to kind of set during the summer, so once you're kind of going into the college application process in the fall, you have kind of like a clear way, you kind of know what you're doing. You know you're applying to this one, and this one, and these are the essays that you have to write, and these are the things that you're going to have to send, and all of this stuff that just gets into the mix. So it's really helpful to start during the summer. Jotting down some ideas for your essays can be really helpful, and also reading some samples online for your essays, taking the time to read a couple that have been from like students that have been accepted, and kind of, you know, reading them over and seeing the gist of what you have to write, and kind of brainstorming ideas that you kind of want to write into your essays, and kind of molding what you want to write for your essays and breaking it down. Also, when you're taking your time over the summer, you're going to have a really clear mindset of what you want, rather than in the fall when you're in school and you're starting your applications. You're kind of going to have like voices from everyone that can kind of really confuse you on what you want from college. You're going to have your friends talking about college, your other peers, your teachers, your parents. Everyone's going to be kind of talking about college, and you're kind of just going to be like overwhelmed with information and opinions. And in the summer, you can kind of just sit down by yourself and think about what you really want, what you want to study, where you want to go study abroad, what city you would want to live in, if you want to live in the same state. All those things are really important when you're considering a college, and having the time alone during the summer to kind of think about yourself and what you want is really important, because during the school year you're going to get so stressed with all your schoolwork, and it can kind of just blur your mind, and you're not going to be able to think as clearly as you can. Another tip that I have for the college application process will be to really think wisely about why you want to go to certain colleges, and also think about everything that comes with that college. So it's not even just that one specific program that you want to do, it's the location, it's the money, it's the programs that they have, it's the professors, it's everything that goes along with that college. If you don't think that you'll be able to travel very much, or from one state to another a lot, because it can get really expensive, then you really have to think about that. I currently go to NYU and I live in Georgia, and the traveling between Georgia and NYU can get really expensive. The weather is something really important too. If you don't like the cold at all, like I realized coming to NYU, the snow is like horrendous. So if you're like 100% no on cold, you have to realize that maybe some schools aren't for you, because you're gonna have to go through the weather. You're living in that city, you're living in that area too, so considering the city that you're going to be living in, like the vibe of the city, everything is so important, because possibly if you're going to spend 4 years there, that's going to be where you're going to be living for 4 years or even more. So you really have to consider everything that comes along with the college, so not just the school itself and not just those classes, but everything that comes along with it. Another tip that I have is that it's okay to not know what you're going to be majoring in. A lot of people put that they're undecided, and that's completely fine, because going into college, you have the time to think about what you want to study, and it's your life, and you have to think about what you want to go into, what you want to spend your money on, and what you think you kind of want to do in the future. So taking your time to think about that during the summer is very important too. And also, not being sure is okay. So putting undecided will not hurt your chances, because a lot of students aren't sure what they want to study, and also a lot of students change. So you could put art history like now, and then you're just gonna change it to like, I don't know, like biochemistry. So a lot of people change, and that's perfectly fine. So don't feel worried about putting undecided if you're completely unsure about what you want to study. So an overview of the tips that I have for applying to colleges would be to take your time, take advantage of the time that you have over the summer to kind of think things through and make lists and make decisions about where you want to go. That's really important. That's really helpful for you to do over the summer and kind of make that concrete list. Take your time with it. Ask your teachers and other mentors for your recommendation letters as early as you can, so they can have a lot of time to write those recommendation letters. Take into consideration everything that comes into going to college. So the location, the money, the weather, the city, being far away, being close, having a car. That's all very important to take into consideration when you're considering colleges. Also, writing your essays as early as you can and reading other sample essays online can be really, really helpful. Any questions that you have about the financial aid process, FAFSA, CSS, the application, your personal essay, go to your counselors, go to your professors, go to your teachers, go to your mentors, go to your parents, go to your parents' friends. Any questions that you have, ask them, because you don't want to be stuck in a situation where you're confused and you just make a rash decision on something. So I really recommend just asking all the questions that you have early, so you can have all the answers that you need in order to make good decisions. Going to college is something really important, and taking the time to do it wisely and think about the things that you want from college is really important and will just help you in the future.